Ahead of the release of Black Ops 6 later this year, I got hands-on with multiplayer, zombies, as well as the new iteration of Warzone at Call of Duty Next. Black Ops 6 is this year's Call of Duty title, with the release date set for October the 25th, 2024. But players will get their first taste of Activision's new yearly release soon, thanks to the upcoming Black Ops 6 beta periods, with the new Omni Movement gameplay feature being the headline addition for Treyarch's latest Black Ops game. Although players will only be able to experience multiplayer in the upcoming beta periods, I was able to try out both zombies and the Black Ops 6 iteration of Warzone at Call of Duty Next, and I'm convinced that Omni Movement will be a game changer. For those of you who've been living under a rock, Omni Movement is a new feature for Black Ops 6 that allows players to run, walk, jump and dive in every direction, and the ability to supine prone, lying down on your back, with more fluid movement animations, serving as a direct antithesis to the lethargic movement mechanics that have been present in the more recent Call of Duty titles like Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone 2. And not only does it deliver what Activision said it would, which is a more fluid, responsive and agile gameplay experience, but it also feels and looks insanely cool. It obviously works great in multiplayer, with the title's new core 6v6 and strike maps, which are Derelict, Scud, Skyline, Rewind, Babylon Pit, Gala and Stakeout, all being small or small to medium-sized maps that generate fast-paced gunfights. And the more you take advantage of the potential of Omni Movement, the more you'll have an advantage over your opponent. Jumping sideways and backwards through windows and off the edge of structures while shooting at enemies never got old, and it was super effective too. As an average Call of Duty player, I wasn't able to get anywhere near the full potential of Omni Movement, but some of the streamers and professional players I shared a room with were pulling off some incredible action hero type moments, including jumping out of windows forwards and then turning 180 degrees in mid-air back towards the window to shoot another player. It was insane. John Wick ain't got nothing on these guys. Now, there will be a bigger skill gap in this year's Call of Duty, maybe more than ever before, and that's mostly due to how much you're able to utilize the new movement to your advantage. If you're a casual player who's yet to learn to play with the new mechanics, you might find gameplay extremely challenging, at least at first. But if this means that it's more rewarding for players who put the time in to perfect their skills, well, I'm all for it. And it's not all bad news for newbies and casual players, because there will be a dedicated Omni Movement training mode available in Season 1 and specific movement assists. But this isn't something we were able to experience during COD Next. But Omni Movement isn't just about diving around though. It's about fluid and simple movement that requires fewer button presses. In previous Call of Duty games, particularly in the case of Warzone, when you enter a building and turn 90 degrees towards a staircase, that harsh turn would automatically stop your player sprinting, and you're then having to re-engage it manually. And you'd have to do this multiple times as you turn 90 degrees again to go up the stairs, and then again when you reach the top of the stairs and you want to go into another room. But in Black Ops 6, players will be able to sprint into a building, turn towards the stairs, go up the stairs, and then go into another room while continually sprinting, which not only feels more natural and realistic, but also vastly reduces the number of button presses when moving around, allowing you additional focus on gunplay and enemy spotting rather than thinking about which buttons you're going to press next. However, it is important to note that you can only perform a tactical sprint while moving forwards. Now, for Warzone, a mode in which the objective is to be the last person standing, this movement overhaul is truly a game changer. Not only does it feel more fluid to run around the map, but Warzone is now a far more simpler mode, and in the best way possible, thanks to the complete removal of the backpack system, a dedicated melee weapon button, a cleaner UI, and significantly quicker animations for ascenders and ziplines too. It's going back to basics, but in doing so, it's taking a big step forward in terms of player experience. Although the Black Ops 6 version of Warzone I played was still very much in alpha, with no release date confirmed as of yet, traversing the new Area 99 Resurgence map was an absolute joy. Black Ops has always been my favourite Call of Duty sub-series, largely thanks to the gameplay mechanics. So when you combine that with the new Omni Movement mechanics, it felt great. even as an average player. And when you combine that with the news that the iconic Verdansk map is returning to Warzone in spring 2025, the future of Call of Duty's Battle Royale title finally seems very bright indeed. Now, are we back? We very well might be.